Okay, so remember the focus question was, do you think that ice water is more dense? It will sink. Do you think it's less dense? It will float, or the same density, it'll kind of mix together as room temperature water. Okay, so here's my ice cold water. I have 3 different vials here. We're just gonna try it a couple of different times just to see what happens. So the first time I'm gonna do it, this is called a pipette. I'm just going to get some ice cold water. I don't even need that much, but I'm gonna get some in the pipette. And then I want to try to make sure that this water is not moving. So I'm going to go a little slowly. For this first one, I'm going to start at the bottom and I'm going to release the ice cold water very slowly just to see what happens. So right now, it's releasing. And I don't even need to do the whole vial. So I don't know if you can see that, but you know, what's happening to it. So for this one, I released it at the bottom, and at this point, it is staying at the bottom. So it's staying, okay? It's starting to rise a little bit, but for the most part, it's staying at the bottom. So now I'm going to do it at the top just to see what happens. Okay, so I will release water at the top, and we will see if it will sink or if it will stay at the top. So I did it at the top, and I don't know if you noticed, but like right away, even if I got some more, and I'm going slowly, you'll see that it is, if you can see that, maybe if I move out of the way, it is sinking to the bottom. Okay, it's sinking to the bottom. And this one is still at the bottom. So what does that tell us so far? Just for fun, I did a third one. I don't know, I've never done this before, but maybe I will put it in the middle to see what happens. So I'm releasing slowly. And I don't know if you can see that, but it's going straight to the bottom. It's going straight to the bottom. So right there, that tells us something. If you think back to the first demonstration that we did with the glass of water, we put the materials in. Remember, the less dense materials floated, the more dense materials sank. So what can we conclude about our focus question, which is, do you think ice water is denser, less dense, or the same density as room temperature water? So right now you're going to go back to your Google Slide document. You're going to describe what happened during this demonstration. I have 3 vials. I have the cold water, the pipette. You're going to describe what happened, and then you're going to come up with a conclusion. And the conclusion should be something like, ice cold water is, you fill in the blank. Is it less dense, more dense, or the same density as room temperature water? And how do you know that? How do you know that? Because it did what? It's at the bottom, okay? So you guys need to come up with your own conclusion.